Hey everybody, it's Troy Ryerson here, and it's just far time I put out a video in regards to everything that's going on right now. And I don't know about you, but this is an interesting, strange, uncomfortable time as we enter into the COVID era, I guess we can call it. And here's what I know. Here's what I know. We've got a week in the books here in Nevada of actually being kind of self-quarantined. Last week they shut everything down. We're into the second week now, and I think there's a new sense of normality that's taking place. I noticed it over the weekend with folks out walking their dogs and keeping their distance, and if they're hanging out at all, they're 6, 10 feet away. And I think what we're all experiencing together is massive, unwanted change, which makes us all very uncomfortable. The good part about being uncomfortable is that we're learning and we're growing in different ways. We're forced to learn and grow as we're actually outside of our own little comfort zone, our own little box. And what that does, it allows us to expand who we are as people. It allows us to look at different points of view. It allows us to challenge those boundaries, because we can't go back in a lot of those boundaries right now, where we have to live outside, which is forcing us to get smarter and stronger in the things that we're attempting to accomplish right now. And if you're doing this correctly, and if you're adapting to this the quickest and best way you can, then others are going to be learning from you, and you're actually going to be helping others without them even realizing what you're doing to help them. And literally, that's what we're on this earth to do, is to serve and to help others. I would say it's an understatement to say that this is going to be a challenge today, tomorrow, and for the next few days, and perhaps even the next couple of months for everybody. But I think what's important is some are feeling this more than others. And those of us that are meant to lead and to help and to educate and to teach and to be the example of, whether you're a parent or a grandparent or a teacher, a manager, whatever it might be, people are going to look to us greater than they're looking at others. So our example is going to be more important than it's probably ever been, given that we've never seen anything like this before. I will say this, though. It's not a time to judge. It's very easy to judge those who are making mistakes. I'm putting my hand up. I'm one of them. It's very easy to cast judgment and get upset about something and say, why is this not working? Why didn't that person help me better? But realistically, it's our own little voices inside of our head that are convoluting our own messages, and it's our own stress that's coming out in a different way. As a matter of fact, right now it's time to be kind, probably more kind than we've ever been. And it's time to listen intently, and it's time to help where we can at a safe distance if possible. It's time to understand that we're in a new norm, something we've never experienced. It's time to communicate openly and honestly with everyone at all times. There's no positioning taking place here. There's no posturing. We're all in this together, and it's really going to bring all of us together even stronger as a community in many good ways. And there are some bad ways as well, which some of us are having to experience also, whether it be health or financial or crime, or there's just a lot going on right now. But it's important that we keep our head about us. And I want to share a story of a friend and mentor of mine, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, because that kind of blows the cover of this person. And this is before COVID even, but to give you an example of kindness, there was a gentleman who used to go into the same store all the time. It was a shoe store, and he would get his shoes fixed. He bought nice shoes, and so he would get them fixed and rebuilt and repaired. And one day he went in there and it was closed. He went to pick up his shoes, and he said, "That's odd. They're always open at this time." And so he went back the next day, and they were open, and one of the gentlemen was in there. Was pretty somber, and this person had asked, "Hey, what's going on? What happened?" And he said, "Well, my brother died." And it really took him by storm. And this is not a wealthy business of any way, shape, or form. He's a shoe cobbler, and he does fine, but realistically, he was in a time of need. He was in a time of pain, and this person that went in to to pick up his shoes, picked up his shoes and gave him $100 tip just to say, thinking about you, man. And they actually saw it bright. First off, the gentleman didn't want to take it. And then after that, you can just kind of see it really put a bright sunshine on a really dark, cloudy day for that person. Just an a random act of kindness can do big things. And that's what we need to get to now for people, more than ever. So here's a few things we can do with our social distancing and really all the challenges that we have in place. Number one, get better on video. Just what I'm doing right now. Share your stories, share your thoughts. You know, this is a very humanizing time for all of us as well. And it's important that if you've got something to say it. Reach out to people, get comfortable with Zoom or Facebook Live or go-to meetings, or especially in business. This is the way we're going to be doing business for the foreseeable future, probably the next 30, 60, maybe even 90 days at this point. So it would behoove you to get comfortable with that. And what you're going to find is your business conversations are really going to be more personal conversations right now, which is good. You should know the people that you're working with. You should know them very intimately as to how they operate, what they do, and they should know that about you as well. I mean, we're human beings. In order to build trust with one another, we have to like one another first. So get to know your customers, get to understand their actual needs, not what we believe that they need, but what do they actually need. So get good with video. And if you're not good with video, it's okay. Just start with video and see what you can learn, and you'll get better, I promise. Brainstorm with your mentors and families. Have deep conversations. I have the ability this month. My accountability partner is the CEO's CEO of the company. It's Gino Blafari, a friend and mentor of mine. He's been my accountability partner all month, and we've been friends prior to this. But it's amazing how much we learn about one another just by having a call once, sometimes twice a day on accountability. I think what you'll find as you begin to do these things, you're going to change who you are as a person. Better yourself. Watch TED Talks. Pick up books that you've wanted to read for quite some time. Carve time out. You're going to have some extra time because you're going to be home a little bit more. You'll still work a full day. You'll probably work more. Most of us are actually working more because our challenges are different right now. But find time to carve out to better you, to sharpen your sword as a person. I was just talking to Chris Stewart, a friend and mentor of mine and CEO of the company that I work with right now. And he's getting super healthy. He's running 4 miles a day right now. And he's challenging others to get healthy as well, which is great. I'm actually getting healthier as we speak as well because I'm eating so much better. I'm not traveling all the time right now. So it's a really good time to just get better as a person. And to get better as a person, if you clean out your insides and build up your muscle and get stronger, it will strengthen your mind at the same time too. It all runs parallel. Put new systems and processes in place that will help you with your job and maybe even with your life. If you're not good at keeping lists, start making lists. Start prioritizing your day. Start blocking your time as to what's most important to you so others can't rob that time from you. Maybe put time in there to serve, put time in there to help. Maybe you know some elderly folks that just can't get out to the grocery store, and they shouldn't get out to the grocery store. Maybe you find a way to help them in some way, shape, or form. Utilize Amazon Fresh if it's in your area. Utilize groceries that are being delivered to people's homes, or you can pick up outside of the grocery store. Just get better and get healthier at what you're doing. So I know I'm rambling a little bit, but just a lot on my mind right now. One thing that I'll share with you that's been interesting, I know I've shared a little bit already, but one thing I do is I build relationships with people. I'm in the profession of sales, and with sales, there's two things that are important. One is you build relationships and you find out if that's somebody that you wish to work with. And ultimately, number two, you find out if you guys are a good fit together to work together. It's not about making the sale. It's about finding the right person in the right group to make sure that you're entering into an agreement that's mutually beneficial on both sides. Well, it's a little bit challenging to do via video and via phone calls and via texts, because we do work a lot of face-to-face. That's how you build rapport and build relationships. It's how you see inside of somebody. It's just like we're doing right now. You can get a glimpse of what's inside of me, my surroundings a little bit. I'm in my home office right now. And it's challenging. It's really challenging, but I'm going to get better at it. And I'm forced to get better at it if I want to succeed in my life and accomplish the goals that I have listed for my life in 2020. This isn't going to stop me from doing those things. It's a minor road bump. And we're going to get better because we're going to get smarter about how we work, how we act, who we listen to. We listen to scientists, not the media necessarily, but we're also smart about what's going on. And we're quarantining ourselves right now during this time because it's the right thing to do. So get smarter and continue to grow in these areas. Think about the actions that you take now. How can you affect others in a positive way? And I think one of the most important things to realize are none of us are in this alone. We're all in this together. And so once you come to that realization and understand that your challenges are no different from the people that you're talking to with their challenges, and theirs are no different than their CEOs or their CEOs. We all have the same challenges right now. It actually puts us more on a level playing field than ever before. There should be more transparency and humility than ever before as well. And I'll challenge you. Remember that when you're talking to somebody, step out at first person of just you, step out of the conversation and look back at the conversations that you're having or the videos that you're having and look at what's taking place with those two individuals, yourself and somebody else, and then take their point of view as well. Become more well-rounded in your communication, get better at your communication. I think right now, my personal belief is this is such an opportune time to become the person that lives deep down inside of you that is struggling to get out. It's the person that you know you can become, the person you envision yourself being, person much greater than who you are today. That's the challenge, and that's the opportunity for all of us. Become that person, because it's so many times we want to be that person, but we just don't take the actions. We think that we need to have the things that are important to us. And if we have those things, then we can do the things that we need to do to be the person that we need to be. When in essence, it's just the opposite. We need to be the person that we know we can be and are deep inside to do the things that we want to do. And ultimately, you'll have the things you want to have, whether it's more time, better relationships, stronger friendships, better health, whatever it is. So reverse that. Be that person right now. Become that person. Study. Learn about yourself internally. Learn about others. Listen more than you've ever listened before, because right now you have the time and we have the systems in place to do so. And we have less distractions because we don't have the whole world around us. I'm not standing on a street corner right now with cars racing by. I'm not in the middle racing through traffic trying to get to a different appointment right now. The time is now. So for all those things you've continued to put off for later, I'll do that when things slow down. I'll do that when I have time. Well, you know what? You've probably got a little bit more time right now. So take one thing at a time and do that. Take the next thing and do that. And it'll be amazing what you'll accomplish. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. And when we do come out at the other side of all of this, you're going to say, wow, that was a blip on the radar screen and I'm a better person for it. And you're going to look back at what you've accomplished and you're going to have time to now focus back where you were before, but hopefully smarter. Hopefully you've put a life plan in place. Hopefully you've written down goals that you want to do for the rest of the year. It's all about the time you have right now and being present in that very moment. Be intentional with everything that you do. Block your time for the things that are most important to you and become the person that you know you are deep inside. Serve others, get smarter, get better, get healthier, and do the things that you've always wanted to do right now. Okay? That's all I need to say. I'm done with my rant. I wish you all incredible success, both personally, professionally, and as you know, I'm always here. Call, text, email, whatever I can do to help during this time or during any time, please feel free to reach out. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk later. Bye for now.